the patience, the wish, the creation, and the faith within. Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance. Success, adventure, abundance, luxury, peace. Hi Leo, and welcome back to your reading with Pure Guidance. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take a look at the month of June 2020. For this, I have already meditated on your energy as well as pre-shuffled the decks we're using today. So let's go ahead and begin. The first card out we have here is the Knight of Cups. That's beautiful, dreamy energy moving into your reading. Leo, the Knight of Cups represents multiple things. It can represent a person moving into your reading, slow, steady romance. It can indicate ideas flowing into your mind, perhaps artistically inspired. This could be to do with drawing, arts, just being creative in any way that you find relaxing and calming. Let's continue with this. I like it. I like the, the beautiful drift of energy that's coming in. It's very relaxing and peaceful. Kind of goes with a theme too, right? I wanted to do like a Hawaiian kind of a background. I actually got this from Hawaii. And I just wanted something more cheerful, given all that's happening. It's nice to have some positive energy kind of flowing in, right? So 10 of Wands is your next card up. I feel like for some of you, perhaps many of you, you may have felt like you've been carrying some sort of a burden around and it just got perhaps a bit overwhelming. So a sweet escape, I feel like, is on its way to you, Leo. And that's great news, right? That's great news moving into this Gemini season. Moving into a season of more eclipses, right? That's kind of what we're entering here. Yeah, the 10 of Wands just feels like, that like a heavy backpack full of bricks being lifted off your shoulders. It's like some heavy weight is, I feel like, going to be lifted off. And it's going to feel very, very just relaxing. Page of Pentacles, yeah. There is some confidence, perhaps returning, faith in what you can do, what you should do, what your next steps should be, especially if it was a little bit shaky early on. Page of Pentacles, it just feels like it's your energy here, Leo. It just feels like knowing all is well. That's really what this is really trying to bring about. It's also a sign of possible manifestation making its way to you, like your dreams and your desires about to show up. So it's a positive sign for that too. Wow, lots of positive signs in your reading, I feel. King of Cups, the feeling of feeling, the feeling of feeling. The state of being fulfilled, having complete happiness, having abundance, having emotions that know their place. It's not overwhelming in any way, which is a great sign because we actually have Mercury going retrograde in Cancer. And that's going to happen around mid-June. And when that happens, for many other signs, it's actually a difficult energy to handle. So for this to show up in your reading the way it is, that's amazing. So June 17th to 18th is when the Mercury retrograde happens, but there is a shadow period, pre-shadow period of that energy. But it looks like for you, so Leo, you're going to be handling this really, really well. Positive signs are showing up at your doorstep of some sort of like a relief being brought to you. 3 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Sorry about that. So 3 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. Love, your love life might take a different turn. It's beautiful. There is some celebration happening here with the 3 of Cups. So there might be some good news making its way to you also that has to do with, it's a reason for celebration. It'll serve as your reason of celebration. And it feels like your energy is very afloat right now. It's beautiful. There is also some concrete plans that are happening. 10 of Pentacles represents that nature of like
things are solid. Like you have a very solid foundation moving forward, right? So good news, a reason to celebrate, a solid foundation. If you are about to take a new adventure, for those of you Leo, if you're about to embark on some sort of a journey, know that it will have a positive result. If you have an idea and it just made its way to you and you're wondering, is it going to turn out okay? Is something guaranteed in return of my investment to it? Well, yes. Number one, emotionally, you're going to be feeling all the more fulfilled as a result of taking a step towards this, whatever this might be for you. And for others, and also for yourself, it's going to turn out differently for everyone, of course. It's a general reading. But I have to say, right? So the other thing that we're seeing here is stable income. Not just stable, but it's abundant in nature. So of wealth, of all that it is that you want. So very, very stable, very powerful, and you're moving into it. And as a result, there's all the more ideas kind of also happening in and around that one particular shift that you may be about to embark upon. So if it's a journey and you just weren't sure before, now is a good time to move forward with it. And it looks like you might be implementing on this June 22nd to 23rd. I feel like you're going to find some progress. That's also the time where Neptune goes retrograde in Pisces. And when that happens, there is an increased focus, less on your dreams and more on let's take some action. Let's make it happen. So that is what we're seeing here for you, Leo. So Two of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Death card just fell into place. Let's read. We're going to go ahead and read that out. Do have to change the battery, so I'll be right back. I'm going to leave the cards as is. Just a moment. Okay. So continuing forward, Two of Wands, King of Pentacles, Death card. I feel... So this is like your 3rd and 4th week of June. There's increased control and power on your end. The Two of Wands and King of Pentacles appears though you're going to have more security, specifically in terms of your financial situation and how your work and career look. There is progress, and there's also, you're getting what you're wanting. King of Pentacles, right? It's the energy of being the King of Pentacles. So now you, Leo, 2 positive things happening right here for you. One, on the emotional front, you got the King of Cups. So emotionally feeling balanced and charged for the next step and diving into this phase right here, the next idea. And there's also this financial freedom. You can give up the want to control because you will have the control. There is that difference, and it is positive. There's also the Death card here for you. And the Death card is indicating that I think the troubles are behind you. Simply put, the troubles are behind you. Notice in your entire reading, this card is the only major arcana card, right? So for some of you, it literally just has to do with endings and beginnings. And I feel like majority of your reading has focused upon moving away from certain things and moving towards a new beginning. It's a positive card, a positive change. There's a rise in your power. There's a rise in your beingness. There's a rise in having that comfort, sense of security. So all that is here in your reading for you. There's a positive transformation that's taking place, and it's going towards living a more, not sustainable, but just a more comfortable life. Especially in terms of finance. So there is cash flow in your reading here. So it's really positive. But there's also a major phase of your life that's now over. So that's something new can happen. And that is what you're making room for, it appears. The other thing I want to mention for you is that it's also the card for Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign. If it's not a Scorpio, if you're dealing with someone, if it's not a Scorpio, it could be Pisces or Cancer. But there is also essentially a lot of focus on the element of water throughout June, as well as air, of course. It's Gemini season, but there's a lot of movement within Pisces and Scorpio during this time, which I feel like will highlight certain aspects for you. As I mentioned, Mercury retrograde is going to happen in Cancer. There's also Neptune retrograde happening in Pisces around June 22nd. So I feel like that kind of brings about the Cups energy here and the emotions, the sea of emotions that may take place, but looks like you're very stable with this as compared to other signs. That's great. That's really good. We also have a new moon happening in Cancer as well. So that's another thing to kind of look out for. A great time to plant a new seed. That's what the Death card's about, planting new seeds and, you know, watching them come to fruition. But of course, don't check on it every day. You're not going to plant a seed and check it every day to see, did it grow? Did it grow? No. You're just going to water it, you know, give it some nutrition, make sure it has what it needs to grow and mature by giving it some love, right? And then it's gonna soon enough be ready for harvesting. And that is the power that you have here, the power to manifest. There are positive signs throughout your reading that are saying, okay, either your manifestation, the manifestation is coming to you now. And I do feel like it is. I feel like for many of you, you are about to experience a manifestation of your choice, and you are ready to plant a new seed, and then you're going to make your way into bringing that into manifestation too. It's like phase 2 of this initial, you know, dream that you may have had. Now it's developed into something more. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here for you, which is great, right? And the new moon solar eclipse is going to happen at 0 degrees of Cancer, June 20 to 21st. Notice I also said solar eclipse. Huge major changes happening here. So want to stay focused on that, yeah? And then let's go ahead, look under your deck here. You do have the Midas touch here, Leo. You do. Your manifestations are coming in, and they're coming in powerful. Okay, let's take a look under the deck. 5 of Pentacles. There was at some point some sort of a worry, right? Perhaps around the area of finances. And I feel like it was just a worry though. There was nothing actually to worry about. You may have been worried about a job, may have been worried about how your finances will work out, whether or not there's continuation, but it looks like things turn out to be really stable. In terms of your family, it looks like there is some catching up happening. I mean, it's Gemini season. It's all about talks and conversations and letting your mind be heard. And so, yeah, there's a lot of comfort in your reading as well. Perhaps you're touching base with your family, your friends from all over the world, quite literally. And, you know, just reminiscing on the good times and really strengthening the bond and the relationship that's present. And it looks like Gemini season gives you a lot of clarity on the stability in your current relationships and friendships. You know, it's just like being able to see very clearly what's in front of you and then finding appreciation for it. Yeah. Okay. So let's top off the reading with the Magical Times Empowerment cards. No, actually, let's go ahead, pull a card from the universe. This is your Enchanted Map Oracle cards. So let's see what we have here. There we go, home. Complements the under the deck energy as well. So in the background, kind of things that are happening is the mending of relationships. You know, things are just, there's stronger bond and there's greater depth throughout the month of June here for you. A great time to connect with your loved ones. And so the home card is simply just stating that again, right? It's kind of tying in all the messages here for you. Coming home to yourself, seeing all the positivity around you, having a reason to celebrate, receiving a manifestation, getting ready for the next manifestation to take place. There's just a lot of, you know, positive momentum in your reading. And I hope that you can take that for yourself as well. For those of you who are like, that does not resonate with me, or at least not yet, try to get yourself there. If you're ready for this to happen, it will happen. But you sometimes, you know, there might be a lag phase. And during that lag phase, you have to keep up that momentum. It's all up to you at that point. No one's going to do it for you. No one's going to be, you know, waking up at night and thinking about how can I make Leo feel better. No. Although some might have that, but every single day, no. You are your responsibility. Your emotions are your responsibility. Keeping yourself positive is your responsibility and not someone else's. And a result of you staying happy, being happy, you know, maintaining your optimistic attitude, it looks like you're also able to have that influence on your family and friends. They find happiness in your happiness, and there's fun and laughter in this reading underneath here as well. And by underneath, I mean that's what's happening in the background. Your focus is on your manifestations, but there's also other things that are happening which are really bright, really beautiful here for you. So the home card, let's go ahead and touch base on this. It says, you are comfortable in your own skin. You belong. You are comfortable in your own skin and you belong. And that is such a good sign. Peace, security, safety, belonging, and all the features one would want from home are indicated now. Exactly what we saw in your reading so far, Leo. The home card represents an invitation to experience what it's like to be secure in your own skin, to live comfortably no matter what is happening in the world around you. It is time for opening your eyes to your tribe of like-minded people or one special person who makes you feel like you've come home. Home is love, and love is all around you now. Whatever your inquiry, you are meant to be and will reap great benefits by staying on this path, regardless of where it leads. Home will always be with you. It is where the heart is. So beautiful. It sums up all the different messages that, have come across during the reading for you. A great time to pause the reading if you want to review the messages. And if you find a spot where you're like, oh, I really, really want to know more about this particular thing, such as this manifestation or the next manifestation, you can always get an in-depth reading with me. Check out my website at IamPureGuidance.com, and that's where you'll find more information. If you have questions, email me at pureguidancetarot@gmail.com. Especially if you don't know which reading to pick, this will kind of, I can always be there to help provide guidance, right? And at the end of the day, it's your decision. Whatever, floats your boat, whatever suits you. All right, these are the Magical Times Empowerment cards. If you have seen my readings before, these cards provide affirmations. So for the month of June for Leo, let's see what we have. Okay, a dreamer. The dreamer in you, Leo. Your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. This is the magic of life. Look at a gorgeous card. I'm going to pull up the affirmations here for you and then we'll read them out. And notice the beautiful baby blue color as well. This takes me back to the manifestation messages that came up for you as well. There's a manifestation taking place for you, and there's also the immature manifestation, right? The one that's a baby that'll be born eventually. That's this phase 2 or the second aspect of it. So that's great. I love it when the cards tie everything together. Okay, let's read it out. Today, I will take time for the dreamer in me. I will remember that my dreams have a purpose and were given to me for a reason. I will not be misled by the opinions and doubts of others, for this is my journey, and only I can know the way. I will focus on taking tiny steps toward my dreams, and I will never give up. And there we have it, Leo. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this has brought some sort of clarity. Again, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I will see you in the next video or in your personal reading. Until then, take care.
Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance.